Hello, Gorringes are on view yet again, this time for our fine sale, which is on the 30th of March, and it's predominantly an online only sale. You won't be able to attend to bid. Trade viewers are allowed to come and view by appointment, but I'm afraid you poor private buyers will have to be happy with the fantastic photographs we've got online, but also we're doing sort of WhatsApp live viewings for anyone who wishes to have one. So if there's something in particular you'd like a really closer look at and for us to sort of spin it about and let you get a better feel of it, then just get in touch and we'll very happily do so. So what's in the sale? Well, as ever, it's all the goodies that we've been hoarding away over the past 3 or 4 months. Some really nice things as ever. So I'm standing in front of the jewellery which Roger's been working away on, and the coins. Now there's a coin here, lot 519. A pair of white gloves are next to it. That's to ensure that we don't get our grubby little paw prints on it, because it's a proof coin. It's a Jubilee gold £5, but a particularly special example, and it's in at sort of 2,500 to 3,500. But Dan, our coin man, tells me that could well go on and make more in the region of sort of 10,000 plus. So gold coins are booming at the moment, and that will be a good example of just what's going on in the market. Elsewhere, well, we've got some Rolexes as ever. We've got the classic sort of gold oyster there. We've also got a rather smart dress watch. There we are, look at that, smart dress watch there. There's lot number 517, 1,000 to 1,500. Moving through the jewellery, well, there's Victorian jewellery. There's Georgian jewellery. There's lots of diamonds. Look at this rather splendid portrait miniature bracelet with hairwork there. This is inscribed on the back to Jane Seymour from her loving husband, and dated 1849, I believe. So, rather splendid that. Amazing it's remained in such good condition all these years. Lot 555. And then on top of something completely different, how about that? This is much more modern, 1970s gold designer work bracelet there, with earrings by the same goldsmith or jeweler up here. So those are something else altogether different. Further on, you may need an aigrette. We're being allowed to go out soon, aren't we, from the 12th? So how about that for the opera? That's lot number 567, diamond and pearl set. And then otherwise, the rings. Well, there's some really nice rings in here. I particularly like this one, lot 529, the Memento Mori ring. It's hard to spot, but right in the center there's a little skull motif down there. 534 is rather nice, the portrait ring. And there are other more sort of gem set rings as ever, sort of culminating with the nice big blockbuster diamond ring there, lot 591, with some big old rocks in that. So rings for all occasions and for various levels of pocket as well throughout the sale. Otherwise, what else do we have? Well, paintings. Oh, we've got some good paintings. I like these 4 William Redworth paintings of horses. That's lot number 459. They've come from a job in Jersey, big house contents in Jersey, along with this 457, this George Wright, beautifully executed oil there. So there's going to be some import duty on some of these things, and they're all flagged up in the catalogue and they're all flagged up on the internet. So you have to pay an extra 5% on the hammer price to cover import duty if the Jersey lot is what catches your eye. From our house up in Surrey, lot 464, we put this on the front cover. It's just a lovely image. The artist is apparently not anyone of any great note, but it's just a nice looking thing though, isn't it? 464. Elsewhere, we've got a Hans Hermann here, Amsterdam Flower Market, lot 465, 2,000 to 3,000 estimate. Another flower market here, a bit more sort of 100 years later, I suppose, really, or getting on that way. William Lee Hankey's take on a French flower market, lot 466, in at 4,000 to 6,000. More flowers here. This is Bennett Oaks. Bennett Oaks, lot 475, classic sort of flower painter with his own sort of style and always that tone and crispness and clarity. That's lot 475. We've got Bouvard paintings of Venice. We've got Robert Moore paintings of racing yachts. There's all sorts of old mastery type things and portraits and what have you. We're hitting the furniture now. We've got a collection of sort of modernist furniture in the sale, sort of 50s onwards Danish furniture. I think the piece that stands out the most in terms of estimates, this one here. This is lot number 379, Alvar Aalto for Finmar. Look at that, great fun. And that is in at £2,000 to £3,000, that one. These have also attracted a lot of looks. These rather stylish chairs here, a pair of them. They are lot number 378, mid-century tan leather. I don't think we've attributed a particular maker to them, but they've just got a sort of funky look, so it's not all about ancient things. Drifting past, over the back there, we've got a studio easel, we've got a carousel horse, and various other pieces of furniture, of course. Then, stepping down here, well, running along this line, I haven't quite tied it up yet, we're getting there. There's Dan's collection of unusual Chinese bronze coins. There's 70 or 80 lots of these, all collected many years ago. There are lots of fakes about on the internet, but these are all the real things. So we're expecting lots of interest in those. Carrying on past the Chinaman, we come through to the ceramics. Some rather showy services along the way, along with big bison birds and the like. This is rather smart. This Pilkington's Lancastrian vase. Beautiful lustre to it. That's lot 93, in at 600 to 900, that one. There's some Lalikas ever, the classic sort of Ceylon vase, and at 2,500 to 3,000. Bohemian glass. Then more in the Asian section, whole mixture of ceramics as ever, and books to do with the bronze coins. So expecting a lot of interest in those. Some of them really quite early. Over this side, got some nice clocks, got some good bronzes. This is rather fine. This is by Weeks Museum, the dial is signed up as. It's a Regency piece in really lovely condition. That should attract lots of interest. That is lot number 298. Should you need to repel invaders, we have this rather lovely blunderbuss here, lot 25, with a spring-loaded bayonet. So once you've blasted away, you can sort of jab them back as well. That's a lovely thing, that, really nice, and tend to be selling rather well at the moment, those. There's a military hanger sword. There's a rather splendid traction engine here. This is Precision Models, Maxwell Hemmans, apparently one of the names in these Precision Steam models. That's lot 15, in at £600 to 800 pounds. Over the back, well, we've got more Chinese wares. We've got more circular little bronze coiny things, lots of them in fact. And then some rather lovely bamboo carvings. I particularly like this one, lot 238. Look at that, beautiful thing, Chinese, carved like the Japanese do in the round. And this spotting is because it's been carved at the root of the bamboo, from the root. So that's lot 238, estimate 600 to 800, but we all know what happens to those estimates with some of the Chinese things. They get blown out of the water, so it could go and make many thousands of pounds. We will see. I like this, lot 14. This is a painted wood, really sort of demonstration design model, I guess. It's Robert Adams' design for Lansdowne House in Berkeley Square, London, sort of circa 1766. And I suspect this was made as a sort of demonstration of what it might look like. Lovely thing, that, really good original condition. Lot 14, modest estimate of 200 to 300, but we shall see. People will make their own minds up. Otherwise, well, there's a Bing clockwork tinplate car there, if that's your thing. There's some chess sets, travelling chess sets, ivory chess sets, Jack's sort of chess sets. A bit different here. This is a Muslim chess set. So, of course, the men cannot be sort of representational. They just have to have pattern decorations. So that, in fact, is a king. There's a pawn. There's a pawn. So great fun. Probably slightly confusing when you're playing as to whether you're moving the right piece or not, but never mind, that's lot 22. And drifting through this way, we go past some silkworks and the like. How about that for a mirror? Lot 344, what a whopper. Look at that, carved and gilded. Come from the Jersey consignment, I think so. 5% tariff is levied upon it. And then elsewhere, well, this rather splendid, something completely different, of course, this Majorelle display cabinet, lot 374. Our porters haven't quite got around to putting the shelves in, but I'm sure they will. Beautifully carved, the way these flow down these columns, that's a lovely thing. That is in at £2,500 to 3,000 pounds. For something a little more restrained, shall we say, we'll come back to something restrained. We're still looking a bit flashier. How about that for a flashy desk? Look, 357, 1,500, 2,000 estimate. It's got some age, but not great age. It's probably around about sort of early 20th century, something like that. But nicely made, he said, pushing back the brass mount that came off in his hand. And a little bit faded on top, just to give a bit of character. Some whopping great Canton vases there. Richard Kane of Whitney, fairly early long case clock. That lot 304. There's a couple of these Semaniers in the sale. Manier for the week, as in 7 drawers, one for each day of the week. We've got sofa tables in mahogany and coromandel wood. We've got sofa tables in rosewood and brass inlay. Sandwiching an Edwardian satinwood desk. We've got some nice chest of drawers. This rather plain example with a little brushing slide there. That is number 319. Over here, something more fancy, the serpentine chest. So more elaborate, again, with a brushing slide, and you could have straight sides or you could have serpentine sides, and obviously a serpentine side is more expensive, so it's all about what you ordered from your cabinet maker, what you could afford as to how fancy you had it. So this is a pretty good example. I suppose the only thing one might add would be some fluting down here just to really ice the cake, or gild the lily, some might say. 353 is this splendid French vitrine. What a whopper. You could show off a wonderful collection of books or anything else in there. Glass shelves, sort of suggesting it's for displaying objects. Great thing that, lots of it. But if you want even more of a lots of, and ignore our packing department please, look at this whopping great bookcase. This is lot 324, huge Georgian, George III, mahogany library bookcase. In a rather nice condition. It's like the glass is all original, got that sort of little ripple to it. Drawers, flanking cupboards, classic arrangement. Estimate there 4,000 to 6,000, but measure your ceiling first. It really is quite a tall thing. And then just to round it off, out for something else, we've got weather vanes, composition busts, and even a harp here by Schweissow. And he followed on from Erard. He was Erard's pupil and carried on, and that's a nice sort of decorative harp there. So there we go. It's all in the sale really. What haven't I covered? Probably a whole host of things that you could spot. There's carpets and all sorts of other bits as well. So it's all online. It's online now. Have a good look. Send us inquiries. If you'd like a WhatsApp viewing of anything, do that by all means. That'd be fun to do. And otherwise, we look forward to receiving your bids on the day. Thank you very much.